welcome along and welcome to this map first look at Zeilonka. This is the map that comes with the premium edition DLC that is released next Tuesday. And yeah, it's an interesting map, this. I've heard a lot of people describing it as a little bit sparse and a little bit open, and I can certainly see from the early stage of coming in here and having a look around just this area here, and the little bit I've done with some of the equipment in here. You can check out my first look video if you want to see me having a play around with some of the kit that comes with this DLC. But yeah, it doesn't seem too bad to me at the moment. There's some really nice touches. I love this house. This little house is absolutely fantastic. You can't go inside it, but it does have a sleep trigger and a change trigger for your wardrobe right out in front of it. Let's have a look at the overview of the map itself. And it also feels a little bit of a small map. There's a lot of stuff that seems to be out the side. We'll have a see how this feels as we drive around it. But it's not often that I come into a map and just fit everything like this and have lots of really small fields all over the place. The largest field we've got here is field 55, and that does not feel like a particularly large field to me. If we have a look at the field prices, we can see that, yeah, 54 seems to be pretty much the largest area for only 147,000. We have a look around a few more. We've got a farm ID 103. That goes up to 179,000, but there's nothing really here. Yeah, we're 188 at 106. So nothing really here is massively expensive. Doesn't seem to be anything over 200,000. He says as he clicks on 87 and it goes just over 200,000. Certainly doesn't seem to be anything bigger than that. I can't see a larger area round here than that. So 87 seems to be the most expensive area. You can't select any of the outer area of the map or any of the other bits to do. So yeah, at 201,593, that is the most expensive area on the map. It seems to have a field and rather a nice large area to work around as well. So I think that might be a decent start from scratch area, to be honest. As far as the cheapest area goes, I'm looking around here and nothing seems to be beating these areas here. At just 9,000 for farm ID 70 or farmland 70. 71, it goes down to 7,000. Yeah, so that would appear to be our cheapest here. Farmland 71, small field over on the left-hand side of the map. That seems to be our cheapest at just 7,174. In fact, you could buy all of these down here for not much money and get yourself a really good start over there. There is field 1 up here as well, but that is 16,000. So yeah, that is, I think looking for a field that is cheaper than 7,100, that would be a really, really cheap area on this map. So lots of farmland on here as well, going up to ID 104. No, sorry, ID 109 down the bottom right here. They sort of loop around to the edge of this. So really nice amount of land to buy. No fields across multiple farmlands. Looks like there's plenty of forestry around the edge of this map, though. And plenty of areas that also have big grass bits as well. I'm kind of wondering if, as we go around these, they will have nice areas for you to build your own farm outside of the starting farm area. Now, we are going to have a quick tour around the map. What I'm going to do, I think, is we'll do a big loop. We'll start up here, go past the shop, down the bottom here, up around here, then through here. We're going to try and sort of zigzag around this area in order to get all of these in. Up the top here to check those out. Right up to the top here to check the train. I'm guessing that's a train pickup point there. We've got a station there. Down the side there. A couple of bits down the side here. And then back through here. Back up to the farm. So let's go and use the piece of equipment. The vehicle that you start the map off. Which is this sort of nondescript, debadged version of what looks like a Volkswagen van. It's the Lizard Pickup 1984, and this should do us plenty well for this. I'm going to just zoom out a little bit and get the F1 menu off. And our starting point for this is going to be into the shop here. So this is the new shop area available here. It's got quite a nice area to buy stuff and have it laid out in front of you. So brilliant for when you're doing contracts. Bigger equipment will spawn here very easily. We've got the buy point around this side, and then around the back here we've got the sell and workshop point. All of that nice and easily accessible. So we'll head out from here and down further around the map. Yeah, these fields are not massive. It does remind me a little bit of the map that comes on the Switch edition with some bits. I mean, it's much more detailed and much nicer looking. But there's a little bit of a basic feeling to it. But this also tends to be the thing with base game maps. You end up with that in order to accommodate every style of gameplay they can. There is a lot of detail, having said that. A lot of stuff on here that looks really, really nice. And a lot of farm tracks. I always feel that on the base game maps, quite often they lack the farm tracks around them to connect farms rather than everything connected via the main road. We have a sell point here. This is the farmers market. So there's some new productions and some new sell point models and things on here. That farmers market is looking very nice. We've got 2 different sell points on here. We'll head down and around. We've got this section down the bottom. We do have 1 new production chain that's included in this. And this is crisp making, I believe, is the new one. This is the dairy by the looks of things. A drop-off point is here for the milk. Can we purchase this and produce things? We should be able to if it matches the other dairies. But no, that seems to be just a sell point, interestingly enough. So you might have to put your own dairy down in order to do milk and things like that. Although we may come across another one along the way. We've got Zup Zup Zup. Traditional Zuppy. I'm not sure what this is. Let's have a look here. Oh, this is the soup factory. That's brilliant. I'm guessing that's don't know what language that's in, possibly. But yeah, this is a Eastern European map, and yeah, that's quite cool. So this is production chain for soup from your vegetables. The engine on the startup of our truck does not sound great. It has got full health though. It's fully repaired. We then head down here and we've got the fuel station, so a couple of places to fill up with fuel, and that's nice and useful, especially the distance it is to our farm. Is very useful to us. We've got a road underneath here, so not all the roads immediately lead where I would expect them to, which is going to make things interesting for when we're doing a tour like this, because obviously I'm having to go round in circles a little bit. Do like the buildings and everything on here. Well, we want to go down here. I do like the buildings and everything. They are Really nicely detailed, as I would expect with a base game. I say base game, a DLC map like this. They look very nice. As I pointed out in my first look video as well, there are a lot of new trees on this map that are placeable. And you can see a lot of them used. There's a lot of oaks and a lot of elms and things like that that are added with this DLC. This here looks like a mill to me. And there doesn't seem to be a production chain area. No, in fact, that's not somewhere to drop grain off. So, can't really tell from anything around here exactly what this building does. Possibly actually, is that a spinning wheel? This could be a spinnery. Again, with no place to actually use it as a factory at all. So just having a quick look on the map. Yeah, it is. It's the spinnery. So there seems to be a few sell points on here that in other DLCs have been factories and productions. And that here are just straight up sell points, which I find very interesting as a way to go on this map. I would kind of expected them to be ones that again have the production chains built in them, seeing as the base game has all of that kind of thing in. Now these fields up here, these are these small fields we were talking about. It's field 3, I think, or field 4, which we're next to at the moment, which is the cheapest areas. You can see this area, I think, would be really, really good if you want to test out equipment. Small field areas and really great for sort of doing that. And if you want to use bigger equipment on this map, I think you just merge these, buy all of these, merge these into one big field, and go at it from that way, because yeah, there's a lot of space there and they will very easily merge together. We have a sell point here. This looks like a corner shop, and yeah, I think this is for sell point for eggs by the looks of things. Similarly down here, we've got another production chain. This one is for piano manufacture. So this is one of the new ones that was added in actually for this DLC. Piano manufacture from, well, I don't know quite what it takes. Planks. So yeah, this takes planks for piano manufacture. So that's a nice new little addition to the game from this. There's a lot of roads everywhere on this. Feels very windy, and I'm actually feeling this map as bigger than I initially did, simply because there's a lot of roads and a lot of room to move and wind around it. It is a very, I'm not going to say it's flat, because there is a certain amount of elevation to it, but it's not mountainous by any means. We've got a sell point around here. Again, not easy to tell from this exactly what this is a sell point for. This though, this is the animal purchase, the animal market. So that's what's around here. So I'm guessing that might be a bale sell point down the side, which certainly makes sense to be a bale sell point or something along those lines, being around the animal market. And normally that's the kind of place where you get a bale sell point. This feels wonderfully rural, this map. I will say that for it. It really does. There's definitely a nice rustic feel to it. It really does bring that across. And yeah, I'm enjoying riding around this. I think it's going to be a fun map to play, and a fun map to alter and work around. And there are definitely places where you could build a farm on this map. So up the top here, This, I'm guessing, is our carpentry factory. So we've got drop off here for wood. No, wood's down the side. Not quite sure what the drop off here is for. But yeah, this is our carpentry factory. Again, a production chain for us to use on here. I'm wondering if some of the production chains have been a bit limited on this map, and you need to add them in yourself. We have had that with some of Giant stuff before. I know that on the French map there was no there was no sugar factory. You had to build the sugar factory in order to do that aspect. We've got another one here. This is another production chain. This one is the preserved food factory. So again, this is a new one for the DLC. And it's interesting where I'm going to place stuff. Yesterday when I was initially looking through this, I didn't see all of these production chains to place. So I'm wondering if some of them are placeable, and whether some of them are only on this map. So let's move on and head up the top of the map here. We're now into more of the farmlandy area. We've got some nice track roads heading around these fields up here. Nice to see some irregularly shaped fields along with the more rectangular ones that we quite often see on base game maps. As we head over to sort of this woodland area over here and have a look. Nice. Love the reflection of that lake there. That is beautiful. As we head up the top here, and we're kind of getting to the extreme edge of the map. I don't think you can do anything beyond sort of this northerly point here, and in fact, yeah, you can see you're blocked from going any further on the road up there. And I have a feeling if we come up here, we should be able to find. So this is where the train comes in. It's not actually a point at which you can hire the train from. Interestingly, it's marked on the map there, but it's not actually something that you are able to do. So let's get ourselves back on the road and head down this way, and we'll go and have a look at the train station, which I think is where we can actually hire a train. From up here though, you can get a feel for this whole map. Look at that. That actually is quite beautiful. Now let's get ourselves into the train station here. Into Kurzois is the name of the station by the looks of things. And we have, interesting, we have a loading point, or is this where we can get the train from? Yeah, this is our train rental point right by the platform. I like that a lot. Previous versions or previous maps we've had, this has been a box by the side of the track further down. I like that it's right by the loading up point. I'm guessing as well here we have a sell point for wood. So is this... Yeah, I think this might be the wood yard as well. Certainly seems to give that impression. No production up here either. Just seems to be very much... Oh, no, we do have production up here. I've just seen it at the far end. But let's go and have a look here. I think this is the sawmill. Yeah, this is the sawmill. 120,000 for the sawmill. So like we had with the Platinum expansion and Silver Run Forest, we've got a sawmill right by the train tracks. So you can process a whole load of your wood here and then go and sell it on the train, which is absolutely brilliant. I like that being so close and not having to take it all the way across the map to go and get those items sold and to do stuff with those. You still can. I mean, we've got things like the piano factory halfway across the map to go and take planks to, but it certainly is great to be able to just take planks and things and get them sold right by where you're doing it for a really good price as well. And then here we've got the other bit. We've got the train coming through. Let's go and see if we can catch that quickly. And yeah, a nice Eastern European looking train. We've got a good amount of trailers, or a good amount of carriages on that, that will be able to transport all your goods. And this, of course, here is the point at which you can load and unload goods from your train. Yeah, interestingly, I'm wondering if there is another carriage or another station you could transport them up to here. This, of course, is a great place if you're doing start from scratch to store crops until you need them. You can store them in the silos at the train station without having to have a silo yourself, and then go out and get your crops back from here when you need them. Really, really useful little tip, that. Right, we are heading back along the road. We'll have a quick look at the map and see where we are. And yeah, we have a train point at the bottom of the map, but as we've already established, that just marks where the train comes on and off the map. And you can even see that road is blocked off that way. So we'll head down the bottom here where we've got a small area. And this is our stone crusher. So yeah, we've got our stone crusher point up here. Not a lime factory, but a stone crusher setup. So this is where you can sell your stones and make a little bit of cash from the excess of your fields. Coming back up to the junction with the closed road, we're going to head back this way because there's a sell point or a production to the south here. Do you know what? I'm loving this map more and more the more I drive around it. There are some beautiful areas on this map. Really stunning and really open to doing pretty much whatever you want. I mean, this is a huge grass area at the bottom here. And as we saw earlier, it's also purchasable. In fact, yeah, 93, a massive grass area with a big field at the bottom of it. For 143,000, that's a really good area to start from scratch. That is so cheap for so much immediate income from silage. Absolutely fantastic. We're going to come into here and we're going to sell point. I think this is just a sell point. No, this is a factory. This is a factory for what, though? This is the potato processing plant. So if you're doing potatoes on here, this is where you'll be creating the crisps. So liking that a lot as well. Absolutely fantastic. Glad to see that we're getting some crisp production from potatoes as well. Really, really cool. Love that. Love that potatoes are being addressed here, along with the root crops as well. Expanding the potatoes on here is absolutely fantastic. We've got the heating plant here. This is the biogas heating plant. This is the same one that we saw on the French map on Haute-Belleron. And yeah, this is just a sell point for these, but this will sell bales as well as selling the wood chips. So with that, we want to head back up to our farm. I think we can get across here with this. Just double checking that we don't have anything that we've missed. No, it's straight up here. The biggest field on the map is this one here, and that does not look that big, to be honest. That is not that big a looking field. So yeah, there's plenty of opportunity here, I think, for taking the smaller fields that are dotted about this map and turning them into larger fields. I think I think very much that seems to be the way Giants has been going with their last few maps, giving people that option to either start with smaller stuff and smaller fields, or take the smaller fields, merge them together into much bigger ones, and go from there, which makes sense. I mean, as farms expand, on these maps, you're kind of going to want to make bigger fields with bigger equipment. So I am liking that a lot. I think that that's a really cool way to go. And again, fits with this whole idea of customizable farms and customizable yards and customizable fields, and really laying into that. Really loving that approach. And this map embraces that absolutely. So as we're here in the new farmer setup, let's have a quick look at our equipment that we've got in here. So this is the starting equipment if you start as a new farmer on this map. You start with 2 tractors, the 160/90 variant of the Fiat, and the Crystal, the Z-Tour Crystal 16045. You get the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090H Combine Harvester, the Lizard Pickup 1984, a Class Carrot 140 TD trailer, and a Welger DK115 trailer, the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090 header, the D-Wolf P3K Profi trailed vegetable harvester, and the Kverneland Mini Air Nova rigid vegetable planter, an Una Aries XL disc harrow, the Nordstein HK25 plus NS3030 seeder, a Goranek Puller 450 weeder, the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090 header trailer, a 10-weekle pack 750 weight, and a Wifo P46B 3-point pallet fork. So all in all, I really like that lineup of equipment. That's a great start. I think I would probably end up leaning more into the vegetable technology on here. So there's you get started with a wheat field. I would probably use the harvester, get that harvested, and then probably sell off all of the stuff for that, and then start leaning into the vegetable technology. This is quite a thin pickup on a harvester, and you do need a trailer going alongside it to use it as well. I don't think this one has any kind of capacity. No, so yeah, you will need to probably put this on a hired worker and then be using the tractor and trailer behind it. But yeah, I think as a starting setup with a farm of mixed grain and vegetable harvesting and growing, that is a really good start. So yeah, I'm loving this map. I'm going to be doing a new series on it starting from Sunday, so come and check out that. And if you want to pre-order the premium edition or premium expansion DLC, there is a link in the description below as well. But I'm enjoying this. I have fallen in love with this map slowly as I've driven around it. I think there's a lot of potential in here. I think there's a lot of potential for multiplayer, single player, big equipment, small equipment. Pretty much whatever you want to do on this map, it seems to be available, which is absolutely what I look for from a DLC or base game map. So yeah, go check it out. Check out this DLC. I think it's a really good one. For now, I'm gonna leave this here, so all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.